This is David Saltzer from AngelsWin.com, speaking today with Angels outfielder Jo Adell. Joe, how you doing today?
You're right. How are you?
Good, thanks. All right, the big news, the promotion. How did you find out about that? And what were they telling you that you were needed? Did it come as a surprise to you, or how did you find out?
We were playing away at Clinton, and at the end of the game, it was kind of a tough loss. And coach came in like he was angry, you know what I mean? Like he was frustrated, and that's not really normally like him. It's a lot of games, so you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It is what it is. And he came in and he said, "All right, guys, it's time for some changes." And he went on and he said, "Joe, you're out." And I was like, whoa, I didn't even play that game. It was my off day. So I was like, what did I do? You know what I mean? He's like, "You're going to IE tomorrow morning." And so it was kind of a surprise, and being, as young as I am, being able to come up here and be a part of this and get to play with some of the older guys, it's great. And it's like I said before, we're an organization where you prove you can handle it at one level, we're going to get moved. You're going to get pushed to, look at Theis and Ward and those guys, that's awesome, to be that young and be able to do that.
So what was it like for you in spring training? You got to get some at-bats with the Major League Club and everything. What was that like?
It was unbelievable. Being as young as I was expecting, minor league camp just to really get my feet wet and do that type of thing, and then I was able to come in and jick in one of those games, and it was awesome to be a part of that, be with some of the big league guys, get to talk to them, about hitting and different types of things. But definitely the spring training was a good one for me, learning how to really just get ready for a season.
Who really mentored you, or did anyone really take you under their wings?
A couple people did, actually. I was able to talk to Mike when I was in LA before I got drafted, believe it or not, and it was after I got drafted, and he talked to me about just kind of the mindset and how you don't have to be Superman. It's really easy to go out with the skill sets that he has, and think that he has to strap the team on his back. And he told me that that's not the case. That he works hard, he does what his job is, and some days it's going to be on, some days it's going to be off. And he told me that's just how it is, and that's how the game's supposed to be played.
Okay, I got to ask, because every fan's got to imagine, what's it like, thinking that someday you might play in an outfield with Mike Trout?
It's pretty unbelievable. You know what I mean? A guy had that much success. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. That's really awesome, to have somebody there and to really, hopefully, if I get up, to be able to, be there and kind of walk me through the steps, and help me to, improve my game and hopefully, get where he is.
Are you still in contact with any of the major leaguers?
Not really, not to this day, but when we see each other, we know, and talk and have conversations. I was able to, talk with Chris Carter was one who was, obviously in Salt Lake, but, when I was in spring training, I was able to talk to him just about his experience. He was a pretty young guy, getting a lot of experience at the higher levels, and just to talk to him and about just how it is being young and playing with the big guys, so it's kind of cool.
So what was it like on draft day for you when you found out you're, going to be picked 10th in the first round?
It was unbelievable. It was life-changing for sure at that point. We had kind of an idea of some teams that were interested before the draft, but then after it happened, nothing's 100% until it's done. And, just to be picked 10th overall with the organization, just great. It's unbelievable.
Growing up, who were your favorite players? Who would you model yourself after?
A couple of my favorites were King Griffey and Joey Votto was always a favorite of mine. Just from a hitter standpoint, just never give up on any pitch. That's a really hard thing to do. Playing as many games and seeing as many pitchers as these guys do to not give up on any pitch. And he's just such a great hitter. And me being that close to Cincinnati, living in Louisville, it's kind of easy to fall in love with him.
So you've been coming up with Brandon Marsh. It seems like you guys have been, the same outfield and so forth, along with Torrey Hunter Jr. How would you say that works out, and what would you say it's like? Those guys are like as players.
It's just elite athletes, great ball players. It takes a lot of the, pressure off of me, just as far as knowing that, if I don't get the job done or I can't get it done that day, that they're going to have my back. And it's, back to what I said when I talked with Mike was, you can't be Superman every game. So to have other pieces to the puzzle that are going to help with that is just huge. And being out there with those guys, the team chemistry is unbelievable.
So, Baseball America just ranked you, said that you were going to be in their, you're in their top 100 and so forth. Does that that? Do you guys ever discuss any of that, or is that just out of your guys' mind?
No, I mean, most of the guys don't even know where they are on that. I mean, it's one of those things where, we're out here grinding, practicing, working every day, and, whatever, that happens with the rankings and stuff like that, it's kind of irrelevant to what we're trying to do. We got to hit a 95-an-hour fastball and worry about off speed. You know what I'm saying? So,
who cares what an organization says?
No doubt. It's just about us coming together and getting the job done. That's what we try to do every day.
Well, you guys are definitely doing that. So what types of things are the Angels having you work on? What are the big things defensively and then at the plate?
Defensively is definitely a first step. I mean, I think that's kind of just an overall thing for all outfielders and infielders for sure. Just taking the best route. You know what I mean? Being as fast as our outfielder is. A lot of times we don't really talk about makeup speed or how to get to the ball when it's over our head. It's more about what's that first step you take to get to that ball, because everybody in our outfield can get to pretty much anything as long as we take those first steps.
And at the plate?
At the plate for me, it's just staying in rhythm. I mean, hitting's a dance for me. That's how I view it. If I'm in rhythm with the pitcher, good things can happen. You know what I mean? When I get out of sync and out of rhythm, that's when you end up making bad decisions or decisions you don't want to make at the plate. And so that's kind of my whole goal. That's been from spring training until the end of the season.
So if you could win a game with a walk-up home run, or save a game by pulling one back over the fence to get the third out in the ninth, which would you rather do?
That's a tie. That's a tie for sure. I mean, I take pride in my defense, and at the plate, hit the ball hard and see what happens. I mean, if you can save a game, I was a pitcher, before I was even a hitter. And so, I can only imagine that feeling on the mound, to be able to watch a guy save a home run. You know what I mean? That just means so much as far as, your pitcher trusting you. You know what I mean? Because these guys can't strike everybody out.
Right.
It's up to us to make the plays and do that type of thing.
Let's move a little bit to the liner side. What's your top 3 favorite songs?
Top 3 favorite songs. I can give you an artist.
Okay.
Not really a top 3. I really like Lil Uzi. I like 21 Savage. And I'm a big Keisha Cole fan, which that surprises a lot of people. But Keisha Cole is always one of my favorites.
Hey, everyone's music and taste is music, and go for it. What's your walk-up song going to be when you make it to Anaheim?
I'm not sure. I've been changing my walkout songs, ever since I was in Orem last year. Just always switched it, you know what I mean? Never really had a song that really stuck with me, but hopefully by then I'll have something that'll stick for the long run.
Everyone always wonders, if you weren't going to be a major league or a professional athlete, what would a backup career be for you? What else would you have been interested in?
Writing for sure. I love to write. I've been writing. My mom was an English teacher for years, and I always like to just write stories. English class is always my favorite. So definitely writing. Love to write books. If I could, if it wasn't baseball, I probably would write some books. Probably an author.
So what are your favorite books or favorite authors?
Don't really have favorite authors or books, more like just the writing part. Just to go and just write a story. You know what I mean? Not even worry about trying to read it. Just writing it down and getting the words out.
Awesome. What would a perfect day in the off season be?
Perfect day in the off season would definitely be going to the gym. I wouldn't say bright and early. That's not going to happen. But more so around 11 o'clock, get a good 2 hours in, and then from there go to the mall.
Let's see. Who's the king of Fortnite on this team?
I'd have to say Brandon. Brandon Marsh, for sure. He's pretty unbelievable.
Who, if you versus anyone on the team, who's going to give you the biggest challenge running in the 6-yard dash or so? Who's going to give you the biggest competition running around the bases?
I'd probably say it's close between Jam and Marsh, for sure. I mean, you see Jam can take a base in no time, and he's got those wheels, man. So that's a good one. We should try that.
Hey, you should get the 3 of you. You should see who'd just no cameras, no nothing. Just see what happens.
Just see what happens, for sure.
Let's see. What's been the funniest thing that's happened to you as a pro athlete?
The funniest thing that happened to me as a pro athlete. I would say it's probably my first day when I got called up to Helena last year in Orem, and we were getting off the bus, getting everything squared away, and the bus left, and I forgot my entire suitcase and everything on the bus my first day. And it's one of those things where it's like, that's beyond, rookie mistake. That's pretty bad. You forget everything, and then we had to call the bus driver, and I'm sitting in here with a bunch of new guys and forgot my suitcase. So guys still talk about that.
That's awesome. Well, on behalf of everyone at angelswin.com, we are all wishing you the best and hope to see you in Anaheim real soon.
No doubt. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.